stakeholders, right? So we spoke about this earlier. You need the executive sponsorship. You need the leadership of the business to not only get in it but support it. Before the cheetahs interrupted our conversation, we were talking about what does true sponsorship look like. Maybe you could just share some.
True sponsorship is true buy-in. It's not lip service, which is what I think you said earlier. It's you have an executive that says, okay, here, go find a plan, build a plan, and then show it to me so that we can communicate it out, right? I mean, how often do we have a leader say, oh yeah, you can do that, and that's all they say? Versus, I want to see the plan and I will be the sponsor. I'll send out communications that we're doing this. This is now a part of our weekly routine, monthly routine, whatever. It means they truly have bought in, right? If you're driving a company's new product and a brand new marketing line for it and all of that, well, yeah, of course the executive suite is going to buy into that. Are they buying in that much with what you're trying to do with data? And I would argue if you don't have a chief data officer, I'm not sure that they fully buy in, because that means that there is a C-suite member at the table at that level. And so for me, that's a clear indication, one of the indicators that your company is really going after it is they've put in place a chief data officer. Or else you've probably got data siloed at different spots that can be doing great things, but it doesn't mean you're fully there yet in your adoption of these things.
We're seeing, you're saying commitment will get the executive to buy in, to communicate on behalf of, to integrate it into some business process and strategy, and even have a chief data officer, chief analytics officer, but that person needs to sit at the right level.
They have to. Like if you're putting it at a mid-level, to me, that doesn't really, it's a start. Let's say it's a start, but it doesn't show you're fully committed there, right? It's not someone who should report to the CTO, because the CTO has their own agenda that they have to take care of, you know? And so to me, it's a start, but you got to go beyond that. That chief data officer, data should be literally permeating throughout the C-suite, the CEO, the COO, the CRO, the CFO, the CMO. Any C-suite position should want a chief data officer, because they should be the ones guiding all the data that goes to those organizations. And if you don't have data going up through those organizations, I would question, what are you doing then? Right? Every single aspect of a company should have data flowing into it. Doesn't mean it's going to overtake things. It's just there's a supportive tool in decision making. And I think that sort of mindset needs to go throughout the C-suite, but I don't think it's all the way there. I don't think everybody in the C-suite says, yes, I want all this data. They should be, but they're not there yet. Like whether they're old school or they're trusting their gut and their instincts more. I'm not trying to get rid of gut and instincts. Let's keep it. Well, let's now support it with data. And let's see if that's really real. And if it's not, well, then let's figure out what is.
I guess there's a lot of competing priorities, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Emergence of AI, automation, natural language. There's all of these things that could be hugely transformative.
Yeah.
And so I guess, as a C-suite, you need to get your head around it, and you need to figure out, what do I implement, what I prioritize, what's going to have the biggest impact, while at the same time defending my position. Is what will the competition do?
Yep, absolutely. It's tricky, and that's where a chief data officer can come in, is they can own the trends and they can own what is happening out there. Like we talked about, ChatGPT has probably revolutionized the world. It's just at the beginning stages, right? But how can you train your workforce to use it as a tool versus see it as a threat? Right? I had my data engineer working on something where he was trying to figure out something in, I think it was within coding, worked on it an hour, couldn't figure it out. Went into ChatGPT, 5 minutes, had an answer.
Yeah.
And so that was a tool to support him in his job. And I think that's where data needs to be seen. Data is seen as a support in the job. And I think that's a misunderstanding across industries, is they don't necessarily understand that's what data's for. But data is a support system. It's to help us. It's not to overtake or this. It's not so we have some cool visualization. It's great if that cool visualization does something for us, but if it doesn't, I would ask, why did we build it? And so can we use data as a supportive tool?